So when it comes to manifestation or even achieving our goals or creating anything in our lives, energy is the most important thing. When we have energy, we can literally become unstoppable. And that's why I wanted to do this session today solo. I'm actually without my partner, Sari, today, but I wanted to do a session on human design because without living and working in alignment with the energetic blueprints, we can eat healthy, we can exercise, we can think positively, but we still won't be able to achieve our goals and dreams. Or we can, but it's just going to feel a lot harder. So what human design is, it helps us to get into alignment with our energetic structure, because we already know how different we are on biological, on chemical, and obviously on a physical level. But there is also that energetic structure, and every single one of us is wired, energetically wired, to be different. So human design then helps you to understand your energetic wiring and what is it that you need to achieve your dreams and goals in a way that is right for you. So if you guys haven't heard of human design, it's I would call it like a metaphysical framework that is based on quantum physics, genetics, and also esoteric sciences. You can think of it like Myers-Briggs or DISC and StrengthsFinder, but just kind of on a more esoteric side. And at its core foundation, its basic, it introduces us to 5 energy types. And every energy type is wired differently to perform, to stay energized, to hit the goals, to really thrive in their life. And before I came across human design, I had 3 burnouts, energetic burnouts in 1 year. I got to the point where I couldn't even open the laptop. And when I opened the laptop, I actually forgot how to type. And that's how bad it was. And I mean, human design completely changed the way I live and the way I work. I work a lot less, but I take a lot less actions, because by tuning or by listening to my body, by understanding how I'm wired to operate, I know I don't need to take so many actions during the day, right? I just need to do one thing and be laser focused on that. So, and that obviously helps me, A, to optimize my energy, and B, save a lot of time. So even though I run, I have 2 businesses, I speak at events, I have more time than I've ever had before in my life when I was in one job. So with that said, let's have a look at what those 5 energy types are. And by the way, in your family dynamics with your friends and obviously at your work, you're going to have a mix of different types. So not only this will help you understand how you are wired to optimize your energy, but also how people around you are wired to operate. So the first type is the manifester. As you can see, manifestors, they only make 9% of population, so they're relatively rare, and their energy works best when they are initiating. So they're here to initiate, to get the ball rolling, to impact other people into actions. They start projects, conversations, engagements. It's like whenever they feel excited about something, it's like this, like an urge to go and do something. And that's how the energy should flow naturally. But the thing about these people is that they don't often see things through simply because they just run out of energy, which is why it is so important for them to communicate. And communication actually comes in a way of informing other people. It's like, hey, I'm going to go start this. Hey, I'm going to start this. Hey, I'm going to start that, because they don't just start one thing. They usually multitask. And what it then helps them to do is that when they feel like the energy is not there anymore, like they feel like a little bit drained, they can actually step away, and the other people are going to help them to finish what they started. While the manifestor then recharges, they get the next creative impulse, and they're going to start something new. Okay. Also, they don't really take directions very well. So the best, especially like in organizations, if you're working with manifestors, if you're a team leader and you've got manifestors in your team, well, good luck with that. But they're not the kind of people that need structure or to be told what to do. It's just best to leave them to it and just keep reminding them to inform other people of their actions. So the next type I want to mention is, well, actually generators. I've combined both generators and manifestors into one slide. And as you can see that there are majority of people in this world. And these two types are the only people who generate that cultivated energy from within, meaning that they don't need other people. They don't need to be in a certain location to feel energy. They are the doers. They're like, they thrive on doing, on building, on working, on creating. And the more excited and the more passionate they feel about what they do, then the more energy they have. And when there is no excitement, it's just there is no energy. And what is actually interesting is that often, from personal experience, because I'm a generator, these people are the first ones to burn out, burn out, simply because it's like they think that the energy is infinite, which it is, but not, when we keep on doing things that drain us and we don't have time to recharge and to re-energize. So with the generators, what they often end up doing, they end up doing things just because they think they should do them, or they have to do them, or because they believe that there's nobody else on this planet, on this universe, who can help them to do things. So they just pile things to do throughout the day, and they push and push and push, and finally they run out of energy. So with the generators, the most important thing for them to keep their energy high is to focus on things that inspire them, that they feel fulfilled, that they're passionate about. And of course, I understand in a work environment is not always easy. So my recommendation always to generators, especially, I mean, all people really could use my suggestion, but especially to generators, start your day with a task that feels most exciting, right? Because what it does, then it raises your energy level, and you will see that by the time you get to other things that you don't like doing, sometimes they don't even have to be done, or somebody else has done them, right? What also works really well is, remember, if you're working especially in a team, then you can swap tasks, right? I mean, I used to do that in my previous job when I absolutely hate writing documentation, and somebody else would, let's say, hate producing dashboards while I enjoyed it. So we'd swap tasks and then everybody's happy. So see how you can, raise your energy throughout the day by literally focusing on things that excite you, and whatever doesn't excite you, whatever feels like a drain to you, just leave them on the back burner until end of the day, unless of course it's like a massive priority and the whole world will collapse unless it's done. So one of the differences between these two types is that generators' energy is best when, or rather optimized when they focus on one thing only. So for example, let's say you're a software developer and you're writing a piece of code. So for you to be dragged into a meeting and maybe even a social like lunch, maybe to go interview someone else, write a documentation, it can actually create overwhelm and distract you from what needs to be done. So your energy is scattered. While manifesting generators, they are uniquely designed to multitask. And when they feel excited, when there is passion, there is like no limit to how many things they can focus on. It's really up to them to decide. So this is just one of the differences I wanted to point out. The next type are the projectors. So projectors here to offer the wisdom and guidance. They're not really designed to work traditional 9 to 5 like generators, and actually keeping up with generators will slow them down, no matter how excited and passionate they feel about it. One of the gifts that projectors have is they can see and help others to unlock their potentials. It's like the potential that people don't see within themselves. And projectors are really here to guide generators, because manifestors are not manageable. And I'm saying it with all the love because my daughter's a manifestor. So to guide her, to manage her, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to take a very special person. But projectors, like their role is to guide and lead others. And mostly it is projectors. It's just a really good dynamics between those two types. Another one of the, I guess, gifts, natural gifts, is they here to bring efficiency into organizations. because simply they don't have consistent energy. So when projectors work, they do need some structures and processes in place so they don't have to put that much effort and energy into doing daily tasks. They've got something like automated or some other processes that work for them. So yeah, it's really also important for them to take breaks throughout the day. So for example, if you're a projector, then you've done like a task, or if you've got team members, you've done something, and then check with yourself, do I have energy for the next thing? And if you don't, then honor that. Like take a chill pill, relax, sit on a couch, go for a walk, go for a swim, whatever it is to do, whatever it is that you need to do in order just to relax and take a step back. And I know a lot of people say, well, I barely have time to eat my sandwich. I don't have time to relax. But what we don't understand is that when we physically slow down, energetically we speed up, and energy is everything. Because when you've got energy, you would literally fly through this to-do list, right? Whereas if you don't have energy, everything seems like a drag. And the last thing I'm going to mention about projectors is that even though they have this gift of seeing potential in other people, helping them to unlock it, they're not like manifestors who can just go and initiate things. I mean, they can, but it's going to feel really hard. And when I work with projectors, when I speak with projectors, sometimes they will tell me, like, I have this great idea, and I told my boss, I told my colleagues, but they just don't react, don't acknowledge it. And that's because for projectors to be acknowledged, to be recognized, they need to be invited. It can create a bit of frustration for these people, but there's going to be very different energy dynamics. So, you can try and pitch your idea to everybody in your company, but if you are not being invited to share this idea, it's just may not kind of land on the, correctly for them. So especially like with the team leaders, with managers who understand this impact on projectors, it's really important for them to create that space and to recognize projectors so they can then go and offer their wisdom, offer the guidance to the people, and their message then can be received properly. And last but not least are reflectors. As you can see, reflectors are rare. Okay, I mean, I've been doing human design for about 3 years. I think I've met 2 reflectors, and they here really to reflect and to observe. They're like the wise observers. They reflect to us health of our societies, organization, health of our teams. And if you want to, even in the family dynamic, friendship dynamic, or work dynamic, doesn't really matter where, if you want to see how healthy your family is, how healthy your society, your teams are, you can put a reflector there and observe them. Because for them to have the energy, and they need to be in a supportive environment with people that they like and trust. So environment is crucial to their energy. If they are in the wrong energy, or like if they're in the wrong environment or with people they just don't kind of connect with, it can be detrimental, not just to their energy, but also to their health. And another thing about reflectors is that they can't be rushed to make decisions. But I'll do a separate thing on decisions, a separate recording, but I just wanted to mention that they really need to take time and space to reflect, to observe before making some sort of decision, because often that can also drain them when they feel rushed and pushed. So how does that help you to build successful teams? How does it help you to manifest? I'm actually using the slides as part of another presentation, but the idea is the same. How does it help us to manifest, to reach our goals, to create what we like in life? Well, firstly, I already said that energy is everything. Energy is your highest currency. Without energy, you're toast. You literally, there's nothing you can do. And the higher your energy is, the higher quality experiences you attract into your life. Because remember, universe doesn't speak English or whatever other language, right? Universe speaks to us in energy, frequency, and vibrations. So the higher our energy is, the high quality experiences we attract. And you probably know when you wake up and you've got no energy, you get into your car and you hit every single red traffic lights, like, I don't know, whatever happens, right? You drive over the pothole, your tire goes flat. But when you wake up, you're energized, you're happy. It's a completely different experience. And this is why it's so important for us to work on our energy. We literally need to make our energy a priority. I don't know how else to say that. So when we've got energy, we can then also, and when we've got knowledge, what helps us to feel energized, we can start prioritizing tasks. Like, remember, I told you for generators, for example, it's important to focus on things that energize them, right? And leave the ones that actually feel draining till the last. So don't save the best for last. It's like the worst advice ever. Then we can start also then building routines that work for us, and obviously understand how people around us operate. Because just think about it, when we don't understand what people need, when we don't understand where they come from, it's easy for us to get frustrated, to judge them, to get resentful, right? It's like, oh, they're not doing enough. I worked until 7 o'clock. They went home at 4. Like, I'm doing this, they're not doing that. And that actually wastes our energy, because those are like negative emotions. But when you understand, for example, if you're a manifesting generator who moves at the speed of light, who's got this consistent energy, while you're working with a reflector, who like literally needs like up to 30 days to make a big decision, who's just very like slow. They just need to be in a loving, nurturing environment. They're here to observe, to reflect. Without that understanding, the dynamic between two people is just, it's just going to be chaos. So yeah, basically that's how it helps you to stay energized. And as I said, the more energy we have, the easier we can hit the milestones and manifest whatever it is that we desire. So I hope that helps a little bit on terms of energy. I'm also going to link a website where you can go and generate your human design if you're interested. It's a free website. It's not my website. And read up a little bit more about it. Of course, if you want to go deeper into your human design. By the way, I've skimmed past it, but I'm just going to go back. This is what it looks like. So when you generate it, this is my chart, by the way. I'm a generator. So every chart will look different. Not two charts are the same, apart like if you're twins, then you will have the same charts. Every chart looks the same, but it looks like this. And on the website I'll share with you, it just gives you a little bit of information about your energy type. So good luck with that. If you've got any questions, then connect with me. I will share my details also in the comments of this video.